So if you have an orbit clock for your sprinkler system, how do you operate it? Let's check it out. So this is an Orbit 6 station. You can get different amounts, but this is the model number 27896. It's an older style, but they still sell them. They're decent clocks. So we'll just run through this really quickly. So you've got your door with a lock, and then you open this up, and you can see everything inside, including spiders, which are free, so that's cool. This is a 6 station. This particular house is only using 4 of those stations. So this one, as opposed to some other clocks, they don't have the screws to set the wires. These are just clips. So you can push these up and pull them out with a little flathead screwdriver or a little knife or something. Push up, pull out. Or you strip them and just shove them right in. Those will work. So you have your sensor wires here, which are bypassed, your common wire, which is white here, and then your sprinkler wires in different colors here. So this is in the off position right now. Normally when you want it to operate, it needs to be in the auto position here. It will tell you the time of day that you have, the next start time, and what program it's going to start on. So it's going to start at 3 p.m. on a program, which 3 p.m. is not a good time to water your lawn in the summer. So I can tell there's already problems with this clock. So let's make sure that the timing is right. We go to set clock, and the time is actually 9:32. So we're gonna adjust that a little bit. So now that we've got the right time, we'll set the date. And that is the correct year, that is the correct month, that is the correct day. So I'm just using this button over here to advance, as you can see here on the display. So now let's look at our start time. So we got program A, start time 1 at 3 p.m., which is not what we want. The next start time is the second start time is at 5 a.m. That's not bad. And they've got another one started at 5 a.m., which will double up. So it'll run through the zone, all the programs at 5, and then it'll start all over again. So we're gonna have to take that one off. And that's it there. Another thing I like to do is check other programs. So there's nothing on program B, nothing on program C. So we're okay there. So now we have to adjust the time here. So this is set for 3 p.m., which is a bad time to water in the heat of the summertime. So we're gonna make that closer to the evening. So hold the plus button here, and you can adjust that time. We're gonna make it 8 p.m. as it cools down. I went past it, so we just go back with the minus here. So 8 p.m. So start time 1, program A is 8 p.m. So now I want to go to the next start time, 5 a.m. That's not a bad time, so we can keep that. However, we have a third start time at 5 a.m. as well. So we don't want that. Now, a lot of clocks, you have to turn the time to midnight, just past midnight, and it will switch it off. Now on this clock, you don't have that option, but you do have this button. This button here is clear. So we push that, takes it off. So that's a neat little feature that Orbit does have, is you can just clear it instead of having to program it all the way past midnight and it switch off. So now we'll double check, make sure we only have the 2 start times. And so we're good there. So the next item here is how often. So you can program it to run even days, odd days, intermittent, or a custom schedule. Most municipalities want it on a certain schedule, and they don't allow more than 3 days a week, but that depends. So this one is set for Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So that's a good schedule. But if we don't want it on Sunday, we push the minus button here, it takes it off. And if we wanted it on Monday, then we make a plus, and it circles that box. So now I'm gonna change that. So I'm gonna advance using this arrow button here on the right. I'm just gonna go through these. So now I'm back on Sunday, and I want Sunday on, so I push plus. I want Monday off, so I push minus. So now we got Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday again, and we're set. Next is the budget, and it's at 100%. So we program those zones for 30 minutes and 35 minutes. If we wanted to add time to all of them, we could go to the budget option and go from 100%, which is 30 minutes, up 110%, 120%, and that would just add time to every single zone on that program. But for right now, we don't have to do that. If you wanted to, add time here. So you're on budget, you're at 100%, and you want to add to it. Just push the plus. That makes sense. Or if you want less, push the minus. Simple. So there's the off, so nothing will run. And we want it on auto because we want it to run. So everything's programmed, but what if you want to run the program manually or each zone manually? What do? So with the clock set to auto, push the enter button. You'll see all programs here. It doesn't say programs, but all stations. So you just let it run, and it starts with zone 1. So if we push enter one time and let it go, zone 1 will pop on. Now, if we don't want zone 1, or we just want to test it, go to the next station, push the play button there, or the arrow to the right, and it will advance to the second station right there. Again, if you wanted to go through them one by one, you could push this, and now you're going through all 4 zones, as you can see here. And you might be able to hear it in the background. So if you have it set to manual all programs like we just did, you can walk away from it and it will go back to its regular programming right afterwards without you having to change anything, because you've already set it, or it was set in the auto position. Okay, so let's say you only want to run the number 2 zone. You don't want to run all of them, just number 2. How do you do that? So with the dial set to auto, you push the enter button, and then instead of let it stay at all, you push the play button until it goes through to station 1, which you don't want. You want station 2. Then how many minutes do you want station 2 to run? Push the plus button here. So station 2 is running, you can see here. So we've got station 2 running, and we set it for 5 minutes. Now, we don't have to touch the clock again. It will automatically go back to its regular programming after the 5 minutes is up. This is the display that you'll see if you have station 2 running manually. It's already been running for a minute, so now we're only at 4 minutes. It will continue to go back and forth between the time and the time remaining on that zone. Okay, so one more little detail. Let's say you've got rain. What do? Well, this clock has another button here that's called rain delay. So let's say you're getting rain and you don't want it to water the lawn when it's raining. So push that button and you've got a 24-hour delay on it. If you want more than that, you've got a really heavy rain or something, you can push the plus button and it brings it up to 48 hours or 72 hours. So after you've pushed the rain delay, you don't have to change anything here. You just push the rain delay and it will delay it for 24 or 48 hours or 72 hours if you want. So you can just leave it here. One more thing to remember about any sprinkler clock is switching it off doesn't turn off the water supply. So all it does is it turns off the automatic timing of the sprinkler system. So if you have a mainline leak or a leak in the backflow, or you have freezing temperatures, there still could be a problem. Turning off the clock won't prevent that. So there's another video that shows you how to shut off and drain your sprinkler system, or if you have a freeze coming, or if you want to shut it off if you want to do a repair on a leak or something. Check it out.